and welcome to Retro 500, where I take a look at a retro game in 500 words. Give or take 10%. Let's go! Sunset Riders was released to the arcades in 1991. The tongue-in-cheek, Wild West Contra-esque side-scrolling shooter was filled with colourful graphics, great music, digitised samples, and Konami brand difficulty.
Marry me with my money.
While most people prefer the arcade-accurate Super Nintendo conversion, for good reason, today I'd like to look at the objectively inferior port. The 1992 Sega Mega Drive version, which was scaled back so much that you'd be forgiven for thinking it was a spin-off rather than an actual port. Only 2 of the original 4 characters are playable here, the revolver-oscillating Billy Cool and the shotgun-swinging Cormano Wild. Take either one, or both in co-op, across a whopping 4 levels, each split into 2 stages. The first of which involves rescuing a captive damsel who, I think, says "thank you nice boys."
Thank you nice boys.
From this first stage alone, it's clear that the graphics have taken a hit, looking dark and dull compared to the arcade original and running at the Mega Drive's lower horizontal resolution. Both of these issues also affect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Hyperstone Heist, so it's possible that this development team just wasn't confident with the hardware at the time. If the same system could later run Contra Hardcore at full width, then it could definitely handle Sunset Riders. After saving the maiden, our bounty-hunting boys track down their mark and completely disregard the "or alive" section of the wanted poster. Sadly, only 4 of the bosses from the arcade made it to the Mega Drive, bringing none of their voice clips with them, opting instead for speech bubbles. I'm here to shoot people, not read, Konami. Although graphics, samples, and about 40% of the game were tragically lost on the conversion trail, the great music and difficulty were definitely not. The game is as hard, if not a little more difficult, than the arcade version. I'd recommend setting the game to easy and jacking up your lives for the first few playthroughs. Konami squeezed as much as they could into the levels on offer, with enemies relentlessly pursuing and firing at you, stage hazards such as stampedes, barrels, and boulders, all taking place across a decent mix of environments. If you collect a star and defeat the boss, you're granted access to a Mega Drive exclusive bonus stage in which you collect coins and 1-ups. It's not great, but you'll be needing those extra lives. The samples that did make it home sound shite. However, the music itself is faithful to the arcade thanks to the FM synth, which, to me, sounds better than the Super Nintendo version. It's no secret that this is a disappointing port. My conspiracy-riddled brain would like to think that Konami was paid by Nintendo to make the Mega Drive look weak, especially when you consider what the system was capable of doing. But in some ways, I prefer this truncated version. It's short, but intense, like a spicy chipolata sausage, and I can finish it while I'm on my lunch break. I can't recommend it over any other version of the game, but if you're stranded in 1992 with a Mega Drive and need the tender touch of a cowboy, this port will definitely scratch that itch. Hey, thank you for watching this episode of Retro 500. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider doing us a follow on Twitch, where I stream this retro bullshit once or twice a week. As I always say, 500 words isn't an awful lot, so I have to really focus on only a few aspects of the game. If there's anything that you feel that I missed or should have talked about, please let me know down in the description. Until next time, take care of yourselves, have a fabulous week, weekend, month, whatever, and take care. Goodbye.